Hello everyone, this is King of Review, and we're going to be using the quadratic formula to solve this quadratic equation. So, let's start with our quadratic formula. B squared minus 4ac divided by 2a. Okay. And then, let's look into our values. Our a value for this equation is going to be negative 4. Our b value is going to be 2. And our c value is going to be negative 1. So, if we plug in all of these values, what do we get? Negative 2 plus or minus square root 2 squared minus 4 times negative 4 times negative 1 over 2 times negative 4. So this is equal to negative 2 plus or minus square root of 4, negative 4 times negative 4, which is 16, times negative 1, which is negative 16, over negative 8. And that's equal to negative 2 plus or minus a square root of a negative 12 over negative 8. Now, do we ever have a negative value in our square root? No, we don't. And therefore, the answer to this question is D. There cannot be an x value that would make sense for this equation. So, one thing to learn from this is actually, you can first determine whether you are going to have an answer or not by simply plugging in your values into this equation. It's this part of your equation. If you ever get a negative value using this, you are not going to have an answer, just like in our case. If you are going to get a value, a positive value, you do have answers, and there's going to be two answers. So when it's negative, you're not going to have any answers. When it's positive, you're going to have two answers because you're going to have to do plus minus, right? So you should have two answers. And whenever this value is 0, you should have one answer. Because if this turned into 0, you're going to have this value over that value, and that's it. You're not going to be doing this plus minus part. That's why you have one answer. So this is very nice to know. And this is called the determinant. So by determining whether this equation is going to come out to a positive, negative, or a 0 is very important. Alright, so that's why the answer to this equation, or this question, is going to be D.